Hello everybody, this is Debbie from Teacher Success Coach. Right, I was meant to come in yesterday, but yesterday, second day of school, I was extremely exhausted. I fell asleep, and then when I got up, it was a little bit late to come online. Anyway, day 3 is still wonderful. I'm still enjoying the school. The students, like the first 2 days I spent trying to get to know them. They're trying to get to know me. And we're just talking about some of the things that we like and just basically, things to know each other. So that's been going really, really well. So it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So today was the last day that I had to get to know the students. What I mean by that is I've got several groups. I think I've got year 12. I've got 5 group A, B, C, D, E. I've got 5 groups a year 12. And I've got 1 group a year 10, year 13, 3 groups a year 13, and year 11s. So I've got a full, what you call a full on timetable. I'm teaching, the lessons are 1 hour per lesson. So I've got 5 lessons per day. There's some days I don't have any free period. My only free time is lunchtime and break time. So I'm constantly rushing because today was one of those days where from the time I get in, I don't even see outside. I forgot what, being in school is all about because it's five sessions. It's quite nice because it's 5 sessions. Some schools have 7 sessions, but the lessons are 1 hour slot, but I teach in 20 minutes chunks. So after every 20 minutes, I say to my student, put your pens down. And then we would do something for 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Today we actually did some dancing, we did some stretching, we actually did some singing. So after 20 minutes, we stopped, pens down, then, we did some stretching, then they walked for another 20 minutes, and we had a little break, and then my lesson was finished. So in terms of the 20 minutes and then the break in between, that works quite well because it actually breaks up what they're doing. So they actually take a breathing space, we have a little chat and then we go back to it. So that worked really well today. Yesterday, that worked because in the afternoon, because yesterday and Monday, I spent the time just trying to know them because I just taught for about 10 minutes because the time I start to get to know the students, the time we did the ground rules, the time they tell me they like and dislike, the 1 hour is gone. So after that, what we did was, I just introduced the lesson. So that's what I did for this morning as well, because I had 2 new class groups this morning. So it's an introduction and then a 5-10 minutes to introduce them into the lesson. And then that was done. So that's what I've been doing, trying to get to know my students. It's been wonderful. The school is brilliant. In terms of the students are eager, they want to learn. Yes, they're chatty, but what do you expect from teenagers? Teenagers are chatty. If they're not chatty, therefore there is an issue. But the fact that they're chatty, but when you tell them to be quiet, they take a bit of time, but that's, I get that sorted. A far cry from the school I had in January, because the school I was at in January, there were some behavior issue with the students because the students were so programmed that you had to, in terms of the behavior, I'm just thinking about it because I'm just careful as what I'm saying. And I actually had to give them the tension in order to be quiet. And the students were saying to me that, oh, miss, we've been programmed, if you don't put our names on the board or shout at us, etc., we don't know how to behave. That was my school in January. But this group of students, I just stood in the top front of the class and I just say, year 12. That's it. And I've got my class. So it's a real difference. This school I'm teaching at is a girls' school. The school I taught at in January until May, it was a mixed school. And then I taught at various schools until end of July. So the difference is interesting in terms of the behavior, the eagerness to learn. It's a joy to teach the students I'm teaching. One of the things that is one of the things I found quite disturbing, and I seem to find that in all the schools I have taught in, at least there's one educator, one or two educator that feel it is okay to be negative to the students. And that is quite disturbing for me. When you have teachers saying to students that they're stupid and shut up, I have real issue. I'm not too sure if it's me. It could be me, but that is something I have a problem with. Because one of the things some of the students were saying to me this morning was, in this nice school I'm in, that one of the teachers are telling them to shut up. And I have an issue with that, because it means that we are trying to silence students' voice. We could actually get them to be quiet other than telling them to shut up and telling them that they're stupid. That seems to be something educators say. I know educators that teaching is very, very challenging. The students could be very challenging. However, we need to realize the power of the words we say. And we also need to realize that as educators, we are trying to implement or support or empower students. Therefore, we need to be very mindful of the words we use. So one of the things I said to the student today was, okay, the fact that you're telling me about it, it means that you find it very uncomfortable, because it wasn't something I asked them about. One student told another one that she was stupid, and I say, hold on, pause, let's deal with that. So we actually spoke about it, and the reason why I felt it was not something they should be using in the class, because it's very, very negative. And then they proceeded to tell me, but miss, teachers say that. And I had to pause and think quickly, okay, yes, teachers say that, but I don't want you to say that. And I feel that you should challenge the teacher. You need to tell the teacher how that make you feel. Because the fact that they were telling me about teachers are telling them that shut up and they're stupid, it's affected them, therefore they mention it. So that's something I've actually got, because I wanted to speak to the head of the department today, but we had meetings, etc. So that I'm going to bring up, because the fact that the students actually talk about it, it means that they're feeling uncomfortable about it. So I do feel that as educators and as parents, we need to be very, very, very careful. The words we use to our young people and to our children, because the words then become what these young people and these children become. So it is we need to be very, very careful what we say and how we say it, because we don't know what is going on in these children's mind, that when we say these things, it become a bigger issue than than we intended to be. Right. So that's something I had to deal with my student. And one of the issues are some students are so programmed in terms of the negativity. It's like calling each other stupid, calling each other silly, telling each other they're dumb. And those are things that make me cringe. So as an educator, I have to constantly say to the classes, pause, reflect, and I want you to think about it. And what is surprising is these negative words are used so often with these children, because in all my classes so far, I've had to say to them, pause, because they all seem to be using it because they think it is okay. And as an educator and as someone who empowers individual and who is very careful with words, I don't think it is okay. I think these are words we need to tell the students or the young people why we don't want them to use it, and let them see the implication those words have in terms of to the people they're telling it to. So that's something I actually had to look at today with my group. The other thing is, the positive side of all of that is the students are very, very eager. And that make my job as an educator much easier, because the fact that they're eager to learn, it means that it becomes a joy to teach them. I love teaching, so teaching becomes very easy for me. But one of the things I had to do, and I have been doing in all my classes, when I walk in, one of the things I say to my student is, you are amazing and you could do great things. Because what I'm saying to them is, I expect greatness from you, so therefore you need to deliver that to me and to yourself. The more we have positive expectation of our students, the more they see the positive in themselves and the more we get out of them. My student was so eager. They're saying to me, oh, miss, aren't you going to give homework? No, I don't give homework, but I want you guys to revise or prepare for the next lesson. And it's interesting because they had an eagerness with them, which was really nice. So for the last 3 days, day 3, it's been a real enjoyable session in the school. Yes, teaching is hard. Yes, teaching is challenging, but because I love teaching, the challenges is also the learning curve and the students stepping out of their comfort zone. So today I did a number of exercises with them because I wanted them to step out of the comfort zone. So even after every 20 minutes, we did various brain exercise. So actually getting them to, to demonstrate how they could have right and left side of the brain connecting. So that was quite nice. I wasn't able to do the classical music as they were coming into my class because I do not have access to YouTube. And that's quite annoying because I've got access to everything else, but I haven't got access to the internet or YouTube. So that I need to make sure I get sorted tomorrow. So that's something I was missing. But I had my quote on the board, which was really nice. So when they walk in, one of the quotes was, you could do great things, so which was quite nice. When they walk in, they look on the board, they saw that, and it's like, it sparked off a discussion and, how they felt about themselves. And then I did a very brief mirror walk with them, telling them that when they actually whenever they're passing next to a mirror or next to a glass door, they need to pause, look at themselves, and remind themselves of the beauty. Initially, the student found it was quite hilarious. One of the groups I had on Monday, but I had one of the groups this afternoon, and they were saying to me, oh, miss, I've done that. This is what I do. I actually did what you say. And I asked them how it felt. So that was quite nice, because I want them to start reclaiming the power. I want them to see the greatness in themselves. I want them to see that they're valuable. I want them to see that they could do anything they want to do. It may not be straight away, but they could do anything they want to do. They just have to have that mindset and know, okay, it might take longer for me to do, but I'm able to do it. And something actually I say to them, I don't want them to compare themselves with each other because that could be quite damaging. I want them to compare themselves with themselves. So these were some of the things I did with my student, and it's been 3 wonderful, wonderful and powerful days, but 3 very tiring days. But it's been really nice. So in terms of my wins, because there have been wins so far, my students are eager to learn. And they're actually asking for work, which is really nice. Because one of the things I also told them as well, they need to see themselves in everything they do, because everything around them is education, not necessarily school. School is the building, but education and learning is everywhere. So I wanted them to have that positive and powerful mindset that learning and education is everywhere and they could embrace it all the time. So one of the things the student was saying, one of them was saying how much they dislike maths. So I was just trying to show them that maths is everywhere. So if you start identifying that maths is everywhere and everything you do, you then have a different mindset. So what I did was I held up a book and I said, well, this is maths. And it was interesting to see because one student said, oh yes, miss, it's a rectangle, in terms of lines, distances, etc. So that was a really nice lesson because I was trying to get them to change their mindset, how they see education. Yes, one of them said to me, well, the education system is broken. Yes, we know that. But at the same time, we need to take what we want out of it and what we don't want, we leave it. And what I wanted them to get out of it was learning is everywhere. And I wanted them to also see that education is not in the school building, it is outside. So I think they've gassed that, which was quite nice. And I also had a basket of quotes, where the student actually took, various quotes like, I am amazing, I believe in myself, I'm powerful. It was so interesting to see when they actually took that. I wanted to see their reaction, whether or not they're going to think, oh my goodness, what is this? But they actually took it, and some of them really took pride in it and was saying, oh, look at this, look at mine. It says, I'm amazing. And it says, I could do anything. It says, I'm beautiful. And it was really nice to see their facial expression and body language when they actually took up the quotes and it was telling them, the positiveness about themselves. So that was really fantastic. That was a win. I'm not saying that all the children were on board, but the majority of them was on board. And it's like, Miss, what should I do with this quote? It's yours to keep. And I want you to think about it throughout the day and see yourself in those lights. So it was really, it's been a really, really, really fantastic day so far. Right, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for being alive. I'm grateful for getting up this morning and realize that what I did yesterday, I could do more today. So therefore, in terms of opportunity for today is much greater than it was yesterday. So every day we're supposed to be using the day we have in front of us as a building block from the previous day. So for me, that was a real fantastic thing in terms of what I'm grateful for. A reminder of the beauty of life, a reminder of being alive, a reminder that we could do so much great things as long as we are aware of what we need to do and how we need to navigate it. Life is beautiful. We just have to see the positive in it. Yes, I know there are negative. I am aware of that. I'm not naive. However, in every situation there is positive. As I constantly say, the universe never gives us a bowl of negativity. The universe gives us a bowl, and in that bowl, there are negativity and there is positivity. It depends on what we want to do with that bowl we've got, with that mixture. It is beneficial to us to find the positive in every negative situation, because there are positive and there'll always be positive. So what I want you guys to start looking at is, in life there are negative and positive. However, you need to find the positive in the negative. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's there. You just need to dig deep to find it. It's there. Because as I kept saying, the universe never gives us all negatives. It's negative and positive. We need to take the positive and elevate it. We need to take the positive and celebrate it. Even from the negative, there are growth. Even from the negative, there are things we could actually see in those negatives. Because from the negatives, there are positive out of it. It might be stepping out of your comfort zone. It might be something like realizing where you're at. Anyway, I could talk for ages. Anyway, guys, I want you to identify the positive in your life. Even though you find that, oh my goodness, life is so negative. Believe me, I understand that, but trust me, there are also positive within the field of negativity. You just have to keep on looking for it. And the more you keep on reminding yourself of your greatness, the more you're going to see your greatness. As I keep on saying to my students. And it's so wonderful when you see young people start valuing themselves. It doesn't take long for actually you keep reminding them. Because only one group I had that was a repeat, I think it was a Monday group. My last lesson this afternoon was a group I had on Monday. And I was interested because when they came in, I just said to them, okay, what are you going to tell me about yourself in terms of positiveness? What was great for you today? And it was really nice because they had a lot of things to say. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. And parents, I want you to tap in with your children to see what the teachers are saying to them. I'm not saying all teachers are negative, by no means. But we all know that we are all human beings. And there's sometimes their negativity which creeps in. you need to tap in with your student. The fact that this is the first time some of the students have seen me, the groups I had except one group. This is the first time they've seen me, and they were just spilling out that teachers are saying to them that they're stupid, teachers are saying to them, shut up. So the fact that they're telling me that is quite painful for them. So parents, carers, let's say anybody that have connection with young people, you need to find out what's going on in their life. You need to find out what's going on in terms of what the teachers are saying to them. Because a lot of them keep on saying to me, but Miss, she's the teacher and she's not going to listen to us. I say, yes, but you need to tell your parents so that the parents come in. The fact that you're telling me is not comfortable. So this is what I want you guys to do. Tap in with your young people, because there's some things which adults are saying to them is not comfortable. We might think it's okay. We might think that it's just simple words. It's not. It's very loaded. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening. Have a fantastic evening, night, morning, where you are. Stay blessed, take care, love upon yourself. You're the only one that could love yourself as much as. You love yourself first, and then everybody else is going to love you. But it starts from you. You have it within you. Dig deep, find it, and start loving yourself. It's important. Stay blessed, take care. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.